Hey everyone, and welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're diving into something completely wild. We're exploring a massive, unifying theme that is fundamentally reshaping how wealth is generated as we head toward 2026. We call it the engine of automation. We're going to look closely at how systems that literally do the work for you are democratizing passive income, taking these highly specialized, complex tasks and turning them into incredibly scalable opportunities for everyday people. So let's just jump right in. To really wrap our heads around the sheer scale of what we're talking about, we have to start with this number, $2.5 trillion. That is the staggering amount projected for global AI spending in 2026. This isn't just some passing tech trend. It's a massive structural shift in the global economy. This level of capital injection is exactly what's setting the stage for an explosion of new financial opportunities that, frankly, it didn't even exist a few years ago. And I love this quote because it hits the nail right on the head. Because of all this institutional investment we just talked about, retail access has completely matured. What does that actually mean for us? Well, it means the kind of sophisticated machine learning models and automated tools that used to require a PhD in computer science are now right at our fingertips. Here is our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll kick things off with the 2026 wealth revolution, move into AI and creator automation, explore the YouTube money machine, dive into AI quant trading, unpack DeFi yield aggregators, and finally, wrap things up with some very important risks and reality checks. All right, part 1, the 2026 wealth revolution. And part 2, AI and creator automation. So what we're witnessing today is this incredible convergence of highly accessible generative AI and institutionalized crypto markets, and they're coming together to fundamentally transform how ordinary people can scale their output. It's all about decoupling your time from your money. For most people, the absolute easiest entry point into this revolution is through the sheer variety of scalable services you can now offer. Think about it. Small businesses are desperate for content, right? Now, by utilizing AI, just one freelancer can offer automated blog writing, put together robust social media packages, or even build custom chatbot scripts using no-code platforms. The data shows that an AI-assisted freelancer can crank out 3 to 5 times their previous output. And because the AI handles all the heavy lifting of structure and drafting, they're doing this without sacrificing an ounce of quality. It's a real game changer. Next up, part 3, the YouTube money machine. In the highly automated world of faceless YouTube channels, AI scriptwriting, voiceovers, and editing all come together to create this massive, nonstop content pipeline. But here's the catch. Not all content is created equal. Niche selection is absolutely crucial for monetization. Take estimated cost per mil or CPM rates, for example. Advertisers in the personal finance space are paying massive premiums, sometimes up to $35 per 1,000 views. Contrast that with highly visual but lower-paying niches like luxury travel, sitting around $14. If you're building an automated channel, you absolutely have to follow the advertiser demand. Now, the trick to making this work is maintaining a high publishing frequency without letting your quality slip. To pull that off, creators are standardizing their entire workflows using specialized AI automation platforms. They're using tools like Growati to instantly optimize thumbnails, generate SEO-rich descriptions, and even create video chapter bookmarks entirely automatically. By removing that massive post-production bottleneck, a single creator can effectively operate like a whole media company. Moving on to part 4, AI quantitative trading. Let's shift gears from content to finance. When you look at how AI acts as a trading co-pilot, executing strategies 24/7 without the burden of human emotion, the shift in the landscape is just obvious. When you compare modern platforms like SandQuant to the old DIY trading bots, it's night and day. Historically, algorithmic trading meant you needed extensive setup and serious coding knowledge. Today, these platforms offer pre-optimized algorithms with literally zero setup required and built-in risk management. It completely removes the coding barrier and entirely bypasses the emotional pitfalls of manual trading. It makes quantitative strategies totally accessible to non-developers. Which brings us to part 5, inside DeFi yield aggregators. To demystify these ultimate autonomous systems, let's walk through the user investment cycle. These decentralized aggregators are essentially complex protocols that dynamically orchestrate asset flows to optimize your returns. Think of it like this. Investors deposit their assets into a smart contract vault. In return, the system automatically issues them yield-bearing share tokens. These tokens represent their proportional claim on whatever is in the vault. It's a completely automated, frictionless exchange from start to finish. But what's actually happening under the hood? Well, that brings us to the internal strategy management cycle. I want you to think of this like a set of mechanical gears that are constantly turning. The aggregator takes those pooled user funds and automatically rebalances and deploys them across various external lending and staking platforms, constantly hunting for the best possible yield. It is literally doing the heavy lifting of portfolio management completely automatically. It's super fascinating to see how different aggregators approach this hunt for yield. Take a protocol like Yearn Finance, for instance. They use a very straightforward liquidity provisioning strategy on their $15.7 million USDC vault, and they're achieving a 5.41% yield. Now contrast that with Syrian, who operates a massive $54 million staked ETH vault using highly complex leveraged flash loans, but they only achieve a 4.22% yield. So the really crucial takeaway here is that strategic complexity in DeFi doesn't necessarily guarantee higher returns. Since we just mentioned leveraged lending, which is often called looping in the crypto space, let's break down exactly how this mechanical analogy works, step by step. First, the automated system supplies a user's asset as collateral. Second, it borrows funds against that collateral. Third, it converts those borrowed funds right back into the original collateral asset. And fourth, it redeposits it recursively. It just loops this process over and over to multiply the yield exposure. It is a brilliant piece of financial engineering for sure. But as you might guess, it comes with some intense dependencies. And that brings us to our final section, Part 6, Risks and Reality Checks. We've spent a lot of time talking up the incredible upside of these automated systems, but we have to take an objective look at their limitations and structural dependencies. Let's do a quick reality check here. In the creator economy, low-effort, mediocre AI content is failing entirely. It simply cannot retain viewers, period. Over in the automated financial world, those complex DeFi borrowing loops we just talked about carry hidden contagion risks, as well as depegging and liquidation threats if the market turns quickly. The overarching truth across all these systems is that you cannot just set it and forget it. Human editorial judgment, active oversight, and strict risk management are absolutely necessary. Which leaves us with a pretty provocative thought to take away. As we look at this 2026 engine of automation, we really have to ask ourselves, is AI replacing human judgment, or is it just amplifying it? The evidence we've looked at today strongly suggests that while technology can scale our physical output effortlessly, our human judgment, our strategic oversight, and our editorial taste, those remain our ultimate irreplaceable differentiators. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope it gave you a powerful new framework for understanding the automated wealth revolution.